what do you see then, like people who would want to get into the BIM and become BIM coordinator or BIM managers, or well, get involved in BIM? What kind of like, how to say, the difficulties on the roadmap you have seen that could help them?
I think like something that really helped me transition and go through the BIM progress track, or whatever you call it, is that like I still focused on learning about my trade as well. So I always tried to still learn about architecture and how BIM related to it. So I think that the best BIM specialists and coordinators and managers are the ones that they still understand what their users are doing and, you know, why they do something the way they do it. And that gives you like a better relationship with that design team, and it actually lets you sort of fit in with the team still. Whereas like the really bad ones that don't quite make it, they focus too much on like, you know, like scripting, or they focus a lot on, you know, IFC or mapping or something like that, and suddenly no one knows what they're talking about. So they still need that like relatability to what you do, and when a user comes to you with a problem, like especially as a BIM manager, I think like most users can tell really quickly if you're going to be able to help them or not. Because I've worked with BIM managers myself before, where I've actually went up and asked them, you know, how would I do this? And I realized really fast, I'm like, they don't know the answer. They don't know why I'm asking them this. They don't know what the problem means, because that might be an architectural problem and they've never worked as an architect. So I think that was a really important thing. Like anyone I help go through BIM coordination as a role, I always make sure that they're still pretty strong at coordination and they understand how the site process works, and, you know, how to read a shop drawing, like the fundamental skills. And that way you've always got context for what you do. I think as well, like it's really important to sort of explore what's happening right now, like look at, you know, the progress of software that you use. So don't just, you know, sit on a computer and, you know, put on the tunnel vision. Like look at what's coming in the roadmap for the programs you use as well, so that you can be more flexible. So like if you use Revit, like, you know, look at the Revit roadmap every now and then, because you'll find new features coming up that might, you know, reposition how you think about your workflows. Like even like things like Dynamo, they change so much with each release that, you know, like something you did manually, you know, last week might be automated in another week. So it's important to sort of stay mindful of what's coming up in the industry. And I think also just to be aware of like the international standards and how they're going to impact the roles as well. Because I guess like as the international standards become mandated by countries, like you sort of get a mixture of like the role sometimes becomes more political, because now you're like involved in the, you know, the things that you have to do, like it's part of the company's QA systems now. So it's like understanding that the role's not always going to be like fun and games. Sometimes you will have to, you know, get on the contract side of things as well. So there'll be some challenges on that side as well. So I think like all those aspects, if you keep them in mind and sort of are always thinking about them, I think you'll be like a more successful like BIM coordinator, BIM manager, BIM specialist, whichever one you are.
Yeah, for sure. That's a really good points that you had.
No,
Yeah,
thanks.
I think it's like when I first got started with BIM, there came the standardizations and all the formats and softwares, and it was like big
So much,
mess. And then you had to find a way how we translate this to the construction or the project itself, and how the other people relate to it.
Yeah, like interoperability of software is one thing, but just interoperability of people and, you know, things like that, that's a whole nother level. Like I always say, like BIM management's mostly just about rearranging people and just trying to get the right people to do the right things together and, you know, understand each other in the right way. Like you're almost like a universal translator for just everyone in the company. Like every company I've been managed that, I've sort of ended up trying to understand how each person works. And, you know, if they come to me with a problem, like I might give them a different solution to someone else, because I know that they're going to work better in, you know, say like a freeform massing solution, whereas this person might prefer like a family-based solution. So yeah, it's a very social role as well, like a BIM management role.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is funny because a lot of BIM managers aren't social people. So it's a funny role when you see some of the ones that aren't so social and the ones that are, and so the difference in the outcomes that they can sort of achieve. Yeah, and it made me more social too, which is good. So